G'day footy heads, welcome to the final edition of the halftime break for season 2009. My name's Andrew Lowther and with me is Tristan Fernanda. G'day mate.
G'day Drewy, great to be here. G'day footy heads, it's been a long time since we kicked this off. 6 months ago in fact. Chris Weaver, Tom Brown doing a fantastic job. Unfortunately they can't be with us this evening, so Andrew and myself will be taking you through this big grand final week.
And you will remember too, footy heads, I'm sure, Tristan, because we've had a lot of people just enjoying the work of Tom and Chris, but of course we started it, didn't we? We kicked it all off.
We got
put those boys into gear.
We got the ball rolling, footy heads, and that's where the popularity was gained.
That is right. It's been a cracker of a season, hasn't it? Let's get into it. It was a fascinating preliminary final weekend. It's going to be an absolute beauty come Saturday at the MCG.
Yeah, it certainly was, Drew. Got a feel for the Bulldogs, though. 6 preliminary finals without making it all the way through to the grand final. St Kilda probably deserved winners. It's the grand final we wanted to see after Geelong absolutely smashed Collingwood. They looked overawed. A few of the Collingwood young guns, the likes of Wellingham, McCaffer, Dane Beebs and Sidebottom, just not quite mature enough. And I think it's the grand final everyone wanted to see, 1 versus 2. And hopefully we're in for a cracker of a match come Saturday.
The Pies are really disappointing. I really like the Pies, and you're a Collingwood man. And Tristan, I put it to you, what about some of the names? Didak and Davis, these guys, Cloak of course, they were horrible. Are you disappointed with them more so than the young blokes that you mentioned?
Oh, looking at it from a Collingwood supporter's perspective, you've got to be absolutely disappointed with them. They don't stand up on the big stage. Leon Davis's finals record is dismal. And you're really relying on these guys who have been in the system long enough now just to provide some sort of an example for these younger players. If the senior brigade can't do so, then I think it's a bit much to ask for the younger players. That said, they had, I think, the youngest average age of the top 4 sides that did make it all the way through to the finals, about 24 years of age. So one would suggest there is a bit of development left in the Collingwood side.
No doubt about that, and there's a lot of upside, and we like to talk about these things, but I reckon when you get to the brass tacks, you either win it or you don't. And you can't rest your laurels on, well, next year will be better, because I think the other sides in it will be better as well, and you look at the sides outside the top 4, all of those teams you'd imagine are going to improve. Just before we get in the grand final, because I want to know a tip, a margin, a Norm Smith medalist from you, my astute and learned colleague. Gary Ablett on Monday night, let's go back to that. What a champion player this guy is, and it seems to be a champion person as well.
Sensational effort, Gary Ablett. Congratulations to you and the Geelong Football Club. He was a runaway victor, 30 votes. I think he polled 15 votes in the first 9 rounds or so. That he missed 2 games as well, so 15 votes from 7 games isn't a bad effort. Runaway winner from Chris Judd of Carlton. And Lenny Hayes, I think he came third with about 20 votes. He polled 13 votes out of a possible 15 between rounds 7 and 11. He looked like he could contend at one stage, but look, I don't think there's any arguments. Gary Ablett, an absolute champion and a deserved Brownlow medalist.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Lauren Phillips, of course, a big hello to Loz. She works in our office, so we'll say g'day to her. I think that was the only disappointment for her, is perhaps that Gary was on her arm and not me, Tristan.
She must have been mortified when she just woke up on Monday morning. Who am I actually going to take to this? Do a Brownlow medalist or one Andrew Lowther? I think she just said, look, Drew, you can wait for Thursday lunch. I'll be having a 5-course meal at the Palladium on Monday night.
I'm taking to the Bush Inn in Hawkesbury on Thursday. Let's get in the grand final. 2 of those top 3 in the Brownlow medal are going to be very, very important come Saturday. Ablett and Hayes, 2 of the keys, but so many great matchups, so much to look forward to.
It's going to be an exciting midfield battle, and for that reason, Drew, I think I am going to lead towards the Cats. They've got a sensational midfield division. I think they had probably a lighter run of it last weekend against the Pies, who switched off in the second half, and I think that just might give them the edge. I'd like to see shades of round 15 when these 2 sides last met. Hopefully it's a real cracker. As I said, leaning slightly towards Geelong. I think there won't be much in it. I'll go for the Cats by 10 points. Norm Smith medalists. Let's go Paul Chapman. He was perilously close in 2007. Many say he's the barometer of how the Cats are travelling. He was sensational last week, 26 touches and 5 goals. So Norm Smith medalist for me, Paul Chapman. And the premiership will be going down the highway once again to Geelong.
For me, I think the Cats as well. I'd love to see the Saints win it. I reckon it'd be great for footy if St Kilda could snatch that elusive flag, but I don't think so. They had a pretty hard night at the office last week against the Bulldogs. Geelong, for me, probably by 33 points, I think. And Gary Ablett, I can't go past him. I love watching him play footy. Selwood, the dark horse for me. Or not so much of a dark horse, I suppose. But if anyone will snatch the Norm Smith medal off Gary, it'll be Joel Selwood.
He's had another good year too.
That he has. We've had a pretty good year too.
It's been a sensational year, Drew. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you, footy heads, for your contribution in season 2009, and we look forward to doing it again in 2010.
We're just going to get Brown and Weaver to come back and have a look at their season. I think the boys deserve it. So that'll be on your screens next week, footy heads. on the halftime break. Until then, enjoy the granny. You too, Tristan.
You too, Joy. Enjoy grand final day.